been chopped up. Oh my God, he said someone broke into his house.
They robbed Paul Quinn and left him tied up on the kitchen floor. His wrists were taped together. There's a large amount of blood on the floor.
He was cheating on me, okay? So I drove back just to see if his car was in the parking lot.
You drove by where?
My
And you got back to Gainesville at what time now?
How do they handle the pressure of interrogation when attempting to unravel the mind of a psychopath? How do they twist the truth with such devious methods? Is it possible to reveal the master manipulator? Disabled veteran Paul Quinzinia, 78, met a terrible end in the comfort of his own home, in a tragic and horrifying occurrence that shocked the tranquil suburb of Gainesville, Florida. The elderly guy, who had likely faced several hardships throughout his life, was murdered. The passing of a disabled war veteran who served his nation bravely and adjusted to civilian life with honor is a great loss to the local community. Paul's loved ones hold dear the memories of his acts of bravery and selflessness, remembering him as a patient and strong man. As the police begin their investigation into the horrible crime, the community is left reeling from the senseless acts of violence committed on one of their own.
911, what's the emergency? My next door neighbor has been chopped up. Oh my God, he's in a wheelchair. He's been my neighbor for 8 years. What's his name, ma'am? His name is Paul Quinn.
There will never be another Paul Quinzinia, but the pursuit of justice is a somber reminder of the debt of appreciation given to this fallen warrior. A terrifying house invasion and robbery took place on that fateful night. Homeowner Paul, from a peaceful area, was the target of a malicious deed. Greedy, masked intruders broke into his home in search of the wealth they knew he must have hidden there. Paul was terrified and panicked while the attackers tortured him for information about the supposedly valuable things. They tortured him horribly by questioning him relentlessly and beating him up. Unaware of what was going on behind closed doors, neighbors were shocked to hear of the horrible murder that had been committed that night. Rapidly promising to bring those guilty to justice and comfort for Paul and his wounded family, law enforcement initiated an inquiry. As the neighborhood came together in solidarity, it was a sobering reminder of how easily anyone may fall victim to illegal activity. The 22-year-old Austin Mark Jones, suspected of committing the crime, has been captured by police after a thorough investigation.
I find it hard to believe that she's been your girlfriend for several years, and you don't know anything.
I mean, what are you asking me if I think that my girlfriend?
I think that she asked you about it.
Jones was apprehended after police conducted a thorough investigation into the incident, during which they pieced together key evidence implicating him. While the specifics of the evidence that led to the arrest have not been made public, it is likely that forensic evidence, witness accounts, and surveillance film all played roles. Rapid capture of the criminal was made possible by police department-wide collaboration and coordination. The community is still in shock after the incident, but they are relieved by the news of the arrest.
Idea what his plan of action was. We need to get him in handcuffs as quickly as possible.
Throughout the inquiry, residents have expressed their appreciation for the police department's professionalism and diligence. More information from the authorities about the alleged crime and the evidence linking Jones to it is anxiously awaited by the public as the case progresses. Investigators were meticulously investigating Paul and Austin Jones's relationships to find leads. They discovered that carers regularly visited Paul during their research. This sparked suspicions, so they investigated these caregivers. One of Paul's caregivers had Miranda Martin's address, Austin Jones's cousin. This discovery raised doubts about Paul and Miranda's connection and its impact on the inquiry. With this intriguing lead, investigators understood that they had to approach Miranda Martin and Paul's carers for further investigation, hoping that these ties would reveal key details and lead them to the truth. Martin, the suspect, adamantly denied involvement with the mystery case during the stressful interrogation. Investigators zealously pursued the truth.
There's a reason we want you to be able to explain it now before.
Okay, I'm gonna tell my partner was cheating on me, okay? So I drove back just to see if his car was in the parking.
Martin's willpower weakened as the evidence against him mounted. He broke down and admitted a critical element of the incident under pressure. He confessed to dropping off Austin, the victim, at Paul's residence to scare him. The revelation shocked the gathering, revealing the cause of the troubling incidents. With this admission, detectives could begin solving the night's mystery. They continued to uncover the facts to bring Austin and his family justice. Interrogation proceeded, but the full tale was still unknown. After the robbery, she was obviously upset and claimed that she had frozen at the doorstep, petrified by fear. The authorities originally sympathized with her seeming suffering, realizing that such tragic circumstances may overwhelm anyone. However, as the inquiry developed and she was thoroughly questioned, her role in facilitating the robbery became apparent. The crime scene evidence and her inconsistencies created a different picture. She wasn't an innocent bystander caught in the crossfire of illegal conduct. Instead, her acts indicated premeditation and participation with the perpetrators. She was forced to admit her guilt after overwhelming evidence to disprove her victimhood. The truth was revealed, shocking law enforcement and others around her. Miranda was the main suspect, with her deeds caught up with her. The seasoned detective's relentless probing forced her to confess. The dim questioning room seemed to magnify her guilt. Miranda tearfully confessed to the town's wrongdoing. She admitted to stealing the Cadillac and using Paul's debit card.
Did you drive the Cadillac out of the garage?
Yes, he made me drive to the bank.
You guys drove to the bank to use a debit card at the banks?
Yes.
What bank did you go to?
Capital something.
As the facts emerged, tension filled the room. Miranda seemed happy to let go of the secret that had been gnawing away at her conscience, whatever the repercussions. The investigator remained calm, knowing justice had to be done, but he felt pity for the troubled man before him.